Yeah, St. Peter's really disrupted Quinnipiac on the offensive side, but Kevin Marfo, the best rebounder in the country for Quinnipiac, has some other ideas for today.
Yeah, he's a rebounding machine, both on the offensive and defensive glass. As you said, he's number one in the MAC and the nation in rebounding at 13 a game. He also can beat you inside offensively, and he finishes well around the basket with both hands.
Yeah, Marfo averaging 9.9 points per game this season, just shy of averaging a double-double on the year. Meanwhile, for St. Peter's, it's been a case of next man up all year long, and lately it's been Fusini Drame who just picked up his second MAC Rookie of the Week award.
Yes, he's part of that talented freshman class. He's very active on both the offensive and defensive glass. He scores well around the basket, and he can knock down an open three if he's left open. In the victory over Monmouth, he scored 9 points and has 6 rebounds in just 12 minutes. You talk about efficient, that's what they're going to need this evening.
And so St. Peter's looking to go for a season sweep of the Quinnipiac Bobcats. You take a look at the tail of the tape, Darryl Jacobs. It's pretty even. Both teams shoot well from beyond the three-point arc, right around the same in terms of points per game. Slight rebounding edge for St. Peter's. This should be a really great matchup tonight.
Well, you got a team in Quinnipiac that shoots a lot of threes. They really hoist up threes, so St. Peter's going to have to be very conscious about guarding the three-point line as well. The first meetings, St. Peter's had their way with them. Defensively, they were great. Offensively, they were great. So Quinnipiac is going to try to do something a little bit different than they did the first time.
That win against Quinnipiac helped propel St. Peter's to a run that has it in the tie for first place with the Ryder Bronx in the MAC standings coming into play this weekend. Quinnipiac was picked third in the preseason poll. They're sitting right in the middle of the road in good position to strike up at the top of the MAC. If they can go on a run late in the conference, it's that exciting time of the year. Darryl, everyone's so close, and just a couple of games separating first from 4th, 5th, 6th, 10th, 11th, you name it.
So close, but yet so far. That's the beauty of college basketball. You got these conference times of the year. This is a great time. Good teams start to separate themselves this time of year. So St. Peter's has been playing great basketball. Quinnipiac is looking to get back on track. So we should have a good one this evening.
Baker Dunleavy, the third-year head coach of the Quinnipiac Bobcats, looking to pick up his 40th win in these 3 seasons at Quinnipiac. Last year got them to a winning record at 16-15. They come in right at 500, 11-11 overall this season, 6-6 in the conference. St. Peter's 11 wins in 11 losses as well, but 8 of those in the conference.
You're talking about a carbon copy of each other. This game is very pivotal. If you saw the standings, from last place to first place, it's only like 2 or 3 games. So this is a very pivotal game.
Kevin Marfo against Major Majak to open things up, and it's St. Peter's, the 7'1" Majak winning the opening tip. We're underway here tonight in Jersey City. Darryl Banks III. Had it quickly, and St. Peter's.
One of the things Quinnipiac going to have to do this evening is really defend off the bounce. St. Peter's is very good off the bounce.
Offensive foul against Quinn Taylor for an illegal screen turns it over, and St. Peter's on their first possession was running through the offense fairly well, but it ends up in a turnover.
I think the great thing about St. Peter's is, especially going in that conference tournament, if they have to play night after night, they are 10 deep. They have 10 starters, so they're a very deep basketball team.
It's Jacob Rigoni, preseason All-MAC selection. Now the 3 from Williams is no good as the sophomore Therese Williams at Beacon, New York couldn't connect. Expect to see a lot of three-pointers taken by Quinnipiac tonight as Darryl Banks III is going to take a trip to the free throw line.
DB3 on a great drive right there, attacking the basket. Got hit right there slightly, almost had a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Great presence of mind to get the shot off.
Foul goes against Jacob Rigoni, a 6'6" junior from Adelaide, Australia.
From the land down under.
Crikey. Free throw good for Darryl Banks III. 77% from the free throw line this year. The freshman out of the Patrick School. Same high school attended as his head coach, Shaheen Holloway. Though back then it was St. Patrick's.
That is correct. A lot of great players came out of St. Patrick's, which is now the Patrick School, run by Chris Cavanius.
Kyrie Irving, one of the most notable current NBA players out of the Patrick School / St. Patrick's pipeline.
And you see St. Peter's is in a 2-3. Got to be very conscious of Rich Kelly.
Along for three, left it a little short, and Majak grabs the miss.
It's a good rebound by Majak.
Quinnipiac has a 7-footer on their roster as well in the 7-1 first-year Seth Pinckney. He does play about 11, 12 minutes a game, so we'll see him at some point tonight. Taylor, the runner, no good. Fusini Drame couldn't handle it cleanly, and it'll be Quinnipiac basketball.
It's good defense by Quinnipiac both times down the floor.
St. Peter's into a full-court press. Trying to do what they did up in Connecticut first time these two teams met, and that's disrupt the Quinnipiac offense. As you mentioned in the open, Darryl, they really did not shoot the ball well as Williams picks up the first 2 points for the Bobcats today.
Yeah, Tyrese with a nice mid-range jump shot right there. Tyrese Williams.
Banks outside for freshman Aaron Estrada, and he swishes it.
Good. That's what they expected from him. 2,000-point scorer coming out of high school. They're really looking for him to get on track. It's just a matter of time before he starts to find it. He's been playing well over the second half of the season.
He has really turned it on as of late, averaging close to 10 points per game over the last 5 for St. Peter's. That's notable because there is no player on St. Peter's averaging double figures this year. Marfo up on Majak, but couldn't get the shot.
That's a good job by Majak right there. Was able to use all his 7'1" frame to disrupt Marfo inside.
Here's Darryl Banks for three.
And that's pretty much a layup for him. Good catch and shoot shooter. Knock that down. Don't forget, in the win over Iona, big win, their first big conference win, he had 25 points.
That was a real eye-opener for St. Peter's, going up to New Rochelle and beating 4-time defending MAC champion Iona. Open up conference play. There's Rigoni trying a three. When Taylor flags down the rebounds. Quickly to Banks. He's going to try another. Left it short. And that's Tyrese Williams skying for the rebounds. Quinnipiac has started out 0 for 3 from beyond the arc today. Get it inside for Marfo, and he gets fouled, and the bucket. Chance for a three-point play for Kevin Marfo.
Just like I said in the player spotlight, he can actually beast you inside. Here it is right here. This is a perfect example. Gets his body into Majak, was able to draw the contact and finish. That's a nice, strong play. Good big men know how to finish in traffic, and that's what you saw right there.
Transfer from George Washington University. Marfo, Bergenfield, New Jersey native, misses the free throw. Not too far from Jersey City, up in Bergen County. Pass underneath, goes out of bounds. That'll be Quinnipiac ball.
And that's a very uncharacteristic missed free throw. You know, Quinnipiac leads the conference in free throw shooting at 77%. So you don't want to get into a free throw shooting game with this team.
At top 20 in the country in that free throw percentage as well. There's Marfo. Find Rich Kelly for three. And can't leave him open like that because he's going to knock him down.
And you are correct, Joe. He's a tremendous three-point shooter. He's the team leading scorer. He's third in the MAC in scoring, actually, and one of the top three-point shooters in the conference.
Picked up his 1,000th point last month against Fairfield as Aaron Estrada answers with a quick triple.
And Aaron Estrada said, "You can do it, Mr. Kelly. I can do it, too." Great three-pointer from the top of the key by Estrada.
Tell you what, Darryl, this is going to be a fun one if both teams knock down threes like this. Kelly on the drive. Now Williams attempts to penetrate.
As we said, Quinnipiac shoots a lot of threes. Might have got away with a travel right there.
He throws it away, a turnover as Fusini Drame was there to intercept the pass, and the layup is no good. But he'll head to the free throw line for a couple.
That's a great steal by Fusini right there. Was able to come up the stairs. You see him right here coming down with the steal. Able to take it to the basket and draw the foul. Coming back with 2 free throws.
Immediate timeout.
We are St. Peter's University, a place where students who are eager to learn are taught by people who care, on a campus designed for both to thrive. We're proud to offer incredible learning opportunities and life-changing experiences. And that means our students are prepared to succeed in their fields, in their communities, and all over the world. Get to know St. Peter's University, the Jesuit University of New Jersey.
At Quinnipiac, we are the forward thinkers, the challengers, the game changers, the momentum makers, the movers, the boundary breakers, the action takers, the world embracers. We are Quinnipiac. Join us.
MACSAC is comprised of 11 member institutions.
Each striving to represent the voices of all student athletes.
We serve as liaison between us and administration.
On the campus, conference, and national levels.
Our mascots and colors may be different,
but what brings us together in unity is our mission: to support student athletes' health and well-being,
to give back to the community through service,
and to help represent the needs of student athletes outside of athletics.
Together, we make an impact.
Together, we are.
Together, we are.
Back at the Anatelli Center in Jersey City, St. Peter's with an 11-7 lead over the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Alongside Darryl Jacobs, Joe Vasile here with you on Valentine's Day night. Darryl, what are your keys to the game?
Well, let me drop these dimes. The two I really want to focus on, one from each team. St. Peter's must defend the three, as we said. Quinnipiac comes in shooting a lot of threes. That's their game. Half their shots are from three. And on the other side of the letter, Quinnipiac has their defensive rebound. The first time these two teams met, they was out-rebounded 53-39, and St. Peter's had 18 offensive rebounds, and they are number one in the conference in that stat.
Early on, it's a 5-2 advantage on the glass for the St. Peter's Peacocks, and Fusini Drame at the free throw line for a couple after he was fouled by Therese Williams. Send us into the media timeout. So, reigning MAC Freshman of the Week. This is the first free throw. About 60% from the line this year.
And free throw shooting could be key because Quinnipiac is number one in the conference and, as you say, among the leaders in the nation. So you don't want to get into a free throw shooting game. You want to make sure you knock down your free throws and don't let that be the deciding factor.
Kelly. It's the lone three-pointer made for Quinnipiac today. They're 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. At their worst day shooting from three-point range against St. Peter's in the first matchup. Kelly in the lane. Outside for Aaron Falzone. Grad transfer from Northwestern. Now Balanc drives in and has it blocked. That was Majak.
Majak with a great block right there.
Banks off the pump fake for Quinn Taylor in the corner. And Marfo grabs the rebound.
And in the first meeting, St. Peter's had 8 blocks, and KC Nadefo had 6 of them.
Haven't seen Nadefo in the game yet, and Majak's going to pick up his second foul, so that might change soon.
As you see right here, Majak on the block right here that leads out to a transition. He kicks it out right here and leads to a transition. Unfortunately, St. Peter's didn't come up with a basket down at the other end.
So Kevin Marfo to the free throw line. Casey Nadefo up off the bench for head coach Shaheen Holloway of the St. Peter's Peacocks in his second season. Marfo's first free throw is no good again. That is another free throw miss for him.
That's his second miss. He comes in shooting over 70%. As you saw, Coach Holloway right there, he's one of the best young coaches in the country. This was a great hire by St. Peter's with his pedigree and his recruiting, his ability to recruit. As you see, just in his first recruiting class, he's already got his team already contending for the conference title.
Marfo's second free throw goes. Holloway, if you're not familiar, 11 years as an assistant under Kevin Willard, first at Iona, and then for 8 years at his alma mater at Seton Hall. Estrada into the corner, Drame for 3, left it short, and Quinnipiac grabs the rebounds.
Well, they're getting wide open looks, which you want to get right there. Just a matter of them knocking it down.
Foul zone, a couple of dribbles. Tyree Pickron had it for a brief second. Foul called against Darrell Banks III.
Yeah, he tried to get skinny by not getting screened right here. He made contact right there with his forearm. He was trying to avoid the screen by Morpho, and unfortunately, avoiding the screen, he made contact with the ball handler.
Foul number 4 against St. Peter's in the first half, so starting to get into that territory where you need to be cognizant with 14 minutes left to play.
Well, you definitely want to be cognizant because you got the number 1 free throw shooting team in the conference. You do not want to put them on the foul line.
Pickron cut off in the corner. Now Williams, a deep 3. The offensive rebound for the Bobcats and a foul on the way in. Tyree Pickron heads to the line for 2.
And anytime you get a long jump shot, as you see, it leads to a long rebound. Nobody put a body on him. He was able to get to the basket off the offensive rebound and draw the foul.
Fusini Drame picks up his first personal foul. Now that's 5 against St. Peter's, so just 2 away from putting Quinnipiac in the bonus already. First from Pickron, rattles out.
And that's unusual. That's their third miss. And they come in as, again, number 1 free throw shooting team in the nation and one of the tops in the nation.
Doug Eddert checks into the game for St. Peter's, as does Hassan Drame, the identical twin brother of Fusini Drame. As Pickron misses the second as well, and it's Hassan who flies in for the rebounds.
Wow, they 1 for 4 from the foul line. Now, Quinnipiac, the Bobcats are in the 2-3. Look to attack the high post. They're actually in the 2-1-2 set. And you're going to see a ball screen right here. Now they switch to man-to-man.
Jones off the pump fake, kick it out for Taylor. And the senior can't connect. And the 7'1" Seth Pinckney grabs the rebounds. Both teams getting their 7-footers in the game as Williams off the mark on a 3.
And Seth Pinckney is related to Ed Pinckney, former Villanova Center national champion and 12-year NBA veteran.
Eddert try to get on the pick and roll to Hassan Drame, but it's stolen. A lot of Villanova connections on this Quinnipiac team. Oh, the blocking foul against Quinn Taylor. He's trying to draw the charge.
And let's
take
see
another
right
look.
here. Let's see if he got position. Might have been moving a little bit, but it seemed like he was giving ground. And the rule is, as long as the defender is giving ground and the offensive player makes contact while you're giving ground, more likely that should have been charged. But that could have went either way.
That's Quinn Taylor's second foul. So now both he and Casey Nadefa, or rather he and Major Majak, with 2 fouls against them. Nadefa out there now, no fouls against him. Starting Pinckney. Williams off the screen. Pickron tries from deep. And he can't connect. 1 for 7 from beyond the arc is Quinnipiac.
And they're going to keep shooting those threes. As long as St. Peter's continue to contest those threes, challenge all the shots and make it hard for them, they don't want to give them no easy look. You don't want a team like Quinnipiac getting hot, shooting the threes and start knocking them down.
Here's Nadefa driving in, gets fouled, gets the bucket, and a chance for a 3-point play.
And that's his favorite move right there, Joe. He loves to get it in the rip through, attacks the backside with his strong hand. His right hand was able to get by Pinckney right there and draw the contact on Pickron and finish at the rim. Chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play. I love saying that. Chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Nadefa, leading shot blocker in the MAC this year, 2.5 a game. Also top 10 in steals, but that kind of clouds his actually pretty solid offensive game as well.
Well, he's coming along offensively, but his forte is defense. He's one of the best defenders, not just in the MAC, in the country. He's 23rd in the country in block shots, and he has 6 block shots in their first meeting. And he's only 6'6".
Just in his sophomore year, a lot of room to grow as a player. Marfo shovels. This is Brendan McGuire. And McGuire traveled, the freshman from Garden City, New York.
Great defense right there by Cameron Jones. Able to come over on the switch and force the travel right there. But this St. Peter's team, what a young, talented team. 6 talented freshmen, a couple of sophomores. They only got 2 seniors. And all these guys going to return. And bulk of the minutes have been played by the freshmen and the sophomores.
Only team in the country that has started 6 different freshman players at one point or another during the season. Dallas Watson lost it on the drive as Kelly poked it free.
That was good defense right there by Kelly. That's one of the things I said to Darryl Dines. They got to be able to guard the bounce.
McGuire outside for Williams. Pulls up from the mid-range and passed out of the shot. Now Kelly tries. And Hassan Drame grabs the board out long.
And what St. Peter's got to realize, anytime those long jump shots go up, that's going to be long rebounds. So if they can get the rebound, they possibly can get out and get some, what we call some early offense. In other words, some transition baskets.
Talk about a player who excelled in the first game between these two teams. Hassan Drame, 17 points, 14 rebounds. Makes his way to the rack but can't finish.
Wow, that was great offense right there. Great ball movement, finding each other, just didn't go down.
Williams dumps it in for Marfo. Nowhere to go with Nadefo guarding.
And Rich Kelly is the...
Marfo. Great. Ooh, nope. After his own miss. And then in a triple team gets fouled. And he'll go to the line for a couple on the other side of the timeout.
And you can see Morpho right there powering up the basket right there, fighting. He's getting a couple of rebounds right here. Watch him fight right here. Missed this one. He draws the foul.
Back at the Anatelli Center at St. Peter's University. Peacocks a 15-8 lead. So 6 degrees of separation here, Darryl. Rich Kelly from Quinnipiac. Kevin Boyle, the head coach at Montverde Academy down in Florida. And Shaheen Holloway, head coach for the St. Peter's Peacocks.
You want to tell them the connection?
Sure. Rich Kelly's uncle is Kevin Boyle. And, of course, Kevin Boyle, one of the best high school coaches in the country down at Montverde Academy in Florida. Former St. Peter's Peacock basketball player as well. Previously was at St. Patrick's, where he coached Shaheen Holloway back in the 90s.
That's very good, Joe. You got all that. That is fantastic. It's amazing how this basketball circle works.
Mm-hmm. It's a very small world as Kevin Marfo hit the first free throw. Maybe start to reverse his woes from the line. Knocks them both down as Marfo missed the first 2 that he took today. It's a 5-point lead for St. Peter's.
As you see, Quinnipiac is in a 1-2-2 full. Let's see if they drop back into a 3-2.
A little 1-3-1.
Looks like it's man-to-man.
Indeed it is. Here's Jones off the screen. No good on the take, but not a bad look.
Not a bad look at all. Just didn't get his footwork down. His body was floating to the right a little bit. Just got to control his body. That's great defense right there, Joe. Great anticipatory skills right there by Jones. Was able to anticipate, and he used the lunge step with the outside foot. Any young basketball players watching it, you always use your outside foot, not your inside foot. Great defensive play right there by Cameron Jones.
Jones, the grad student, drawing the offensive foul against sophomore Tyrese Williams. Little experience versus youth paying off there.
I would say so in that case.
Quinnipiac picked to finish third in the MAC preseason poll behind Ryder and Iona. Defo on the drive, no good on the take. St. Peter's was picked to finish ninth. 13 games in, they're tied for first with Ryder. Belanc, no good. Doug Eddert, his first field goal attempts, and it lips out. Eddert's been a little off the last half dozen games or so. Air ball by Belanc, but Marfo got the offensive rebound. And
they accidentally reset the clock because they didn't hit anything, so the clock should have never been reset. As you can see here, the air ball clearly doesn't hit anything, and they accidentally set the clock. Good officials was able to catch that.
Yeah, it got reset to 30 seconds, too, not even to 20. And from the looks of things on that replay, it looks like it should be about 22, 23 seconds. And that's what they put up, 22 on the shot clock.
Wow, Joe, you're good.
Hawkeyes. I'll refer you to my eye doctor during one of the breaks.
Good defense right here by St. Peter's. Just got to really continue to contest those threes.
Kelly off the dribble, gets the friendly roll.
He's got the shooter bounce right there. You do not want to let him start to get going. He's the team leading scorer. He's third in the MAC in scoring, so he's very capable of going on runs by himself.
Marfo screens for Eddert. Now Dallas Watson. Runner from Doug. That gets the roll.
Wow, they got the friendly bounce. He put it up high, was able to get the shooter bounce right there. Good move by Eddert.
Eddert averaging just under 8 points per game, but 3 points a game over the last 6. At one point was the leading scorer on this team. Kelly, a deep three. That's no good. And Marfo was on the line when he grabbed the rebounds.
I tell you, they've been really contesting Kelly's shots, even though he's a good shooter. But anytime you can get some pressure on the shooter and not give him open looks, they're doing a great job right now.
Quinnipiac 1 for 10 as their shooting woes from beyond the arc continue.
Well, the first time these two teams met, Kelly was 1 for 13 from the floor and 0 for 4 for 3. So they really did a good job on, and it seemed like that's continuing this second time around.
Quinnipiac was just 4 for 32 as a team from deep as Dallas Watson for 2. No good, but Hassan Drame, the offensive rebound, the nifty maneuver to get the follow-up.
And that's what they do best. The twins, as I call them, Hassan, if you've seen, they're very active on the offensive glass.
Peacocks by 7, tied for their largest lead of the first half. They've never trailed. Rigoni. Back to Kelly, off the screen for 3. And again, just a little bit off on the shots. Watson dishes for Nadefo. Ooh, couldn't get the roll off the rim. Loose on the ground, and Quinnipiac basketball. 7:25 left to go in the first half. St. Peter's on top of Quinnipiac by 7. Looking to go for the season sweep over the Bobcats here tonight. Back in Jersey City, St. Peter's a 7-point lead over Quinnipiac. Middle stages of the first half. Baker Dunleavy, third season as the head coach of the Quinnipiac Bobcats, got him into the MAC semifinals for just the second time since they joined the conference last decade. In his first season, and going to turn this team around after a long time as an assistant under Jay Wright. We'll talk to you about Shaheen Holloway now in season number 2 after a long stint under Kevin Willard at Seton Hall.
I tell you, 2 great young coaches in the country fighting it right here in the MAC conference. What a privilege.
It seems like just about every team in the MAC has a great young head coach.
Well, let's give a shout out to the athletic directors.
Absolutely, a lot of vision.
Foresight to even see some of these great young coaches.
Along the baseline, the drive and the bucket for Brennan McGuire. It's a good point, Darryl, because a lot of them, it's their first coaching job. It's not like they're coming from other places, so you got to kind of roll the dice and take a risk and be able to have some faith.
Well, in the case of Shaheen Holloway, he was definitely ready. And Baker Dunleavy comes from a coaching family, the Dunleavys.
Of course, his dad, Mike Dunleavy Sr., longtime college and NBA coach, as Derek Woods draws a foul on the inside going up for that shot. And the senior from Trenton, New Jersey, will head to the free throw line.
As you see Woods right there, good drop step, pivot move right there, was able to draw the foul, and he was able to turn to his strong hand, which is his left hand. And it's good to see Woods back in the lineup. He had missed quite a few games over the second half of the season, so it's good to see him back. I think his first game back was actually against Monmouth.
Yep, over on the road a couple of games ago. First free throw from Woods is good.
And I tell you, Woods is one of their better free throw shooters as a big man. And believe it or not, Majak is a great free throw shooter at 7-1.
He's 9 of 10 for the line this year. As the second from Woods is good as well. So
I tell you, if Woods can come back and make a contribution, Majak continues to play big. And they are great actively on the offensive glass. This is going to pay dividends for St. Peter's, particularly against the bigger teams.
Yeah, it's funny that St. Peter's, you talk to any coach around the MAC, they'll tell you the same thing. They play hard, they play physical and tough, and then you add a guy like Derek Woods back into the mix who is all of those things. It just makes him even that much more difficult to contend with on the defensive side.
As you see right here, Morpho with the sweet move. Going baseline right there. Woods didn't move his feet. As I just talked about, using that lunge step, he could have stepped out of bounds and possibly got a charge right there. But that's a good move by Morpho.
So the line for 1-1, Kevin Marfo
leads the nation in rebounding. Now that takes yeoman's work to be able to do that.
And not only that, but when you look at on the analytical side, the rebounding percentage, he's first in the nation as well. So it's not just, well, he's playing 50 minutes a night or something crazy like that. He just is that good.
And great, you mentioned analytics because that shows he's very efficient when he does get the minutes and with his minutes. As you see right there, as you see Banks going to the basket with the pull-up right there, was got fouled and had a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. No, actually, they called it on the floor. I'm sorry, Joe. They called it before the shot.
Foul goes against the first-year Brennan McGuire. Picks up his first, and that's number 6 against Quinnipiac. So one more. St. Peter's will have 1-and-1s. This is Woods. To Estrada. Little jab step to get some room, and he drills another 3. That's the third of the first half for Aaron Estrada.
That's a great rocker step. We call that the rocker step. He jabbed and got the defender to shift his weight going backwards, and he was able to step back and knock down that shot. That's a great play by the young freshman, Estrada.
Why is that called a rocket step?
It's called the rocker step, not the rocker step. It's called the rocker step. You rock him.
And you sock him. And a turnover for the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Trailing by 10.
I'll give you that one, Joe.
When you put it on a tee like that for me.
See, right now, Quinnipiac is in a 3-2. What St. Peter's may have to do is just tackle along the baseline and try to get it into the soft spot, which is the high post.
Estrada's going to try a 3 instead. Andrame grabs the miss. High-low inside to Hassan. And out of bounds off Quinnipiac.
And anytime they're in the zone like that, Hassan Drame is going to have field day because he's very active. As you see, great pass, and that was a great catch. That was a great pass by Estrada, great catch by Hassan Drame. As you see, Coach Holloway right there.
Quinnipiac's mixed their defenses up quite a bit tonight. It's Woods off the ball fake. Nice spin move in the righty hook, no. Pinckney couldn't grab it, but early Quinnipiac
That was
ball.
a nice move by Woods. He drop step, he turned, he pivot, he shift feet, was able to shoot the baby hook over his left shoulder, which is his right hand, just didn't go down. I like the move.
And the footwork you got to have to pull that off without traveling is really impressive. Kelly lobs it up, and Pinckney finishes a quasi alley-oop.
That's a great pass right there by Kelly. Had enough presence of mind to lob it up to the 7-footer. He was able to drop it in off the window.
Estrada with the screen from Woods. Eddard on the drive, no.
And one of the things Coach Tom Pecora, associate head coach, former head coach at Hofstra and Farnham, said, we got to keep them off the offensive boards. They're very good at it.
St. Peter's just 2 offensive rebounds in the first half. 4 of those for Quinnipiac as Kelly can't get that one to go, but loose ball foul going against St. Peter's.
They got Eddard right there on the push-off as you see the defender flying in, and you'll see it right here. Watch Eddard with his right hand, see if we can catch it on camera. He's pushing right there, as you just saw right there, Joe.
Got him for the push on Brendan McGuire, who will go to the line for another 1-and-1, as that's foul number 9 against the Peacocks.
See, I have an eye doctor as well. I saw that before.
McGuire can't hit it. So Quinnipiac has now had 2 1-and-1s, and they've missed on the front end of both.
I mean, they did 3 for 8 from the foul line. They come in leading the conference in free throw shooting, so that's uncharacteristic for them.
Banks, hard work inside.
That's a nice move by the freshman Banks. Able to power it inside and score off the window.
Foul zone. Kelly gets the screen from Pinckney. Belanc. Good move inside by Matt Belanc for his first 2 of the game.
That's a good move right there. Able to double pump, go under the defender, Woods right there, and finish off the window.
And the redshirt freshman, starting in just his 5th game of this season, has played mostly off the bench, but averaging 8 points a game. Woods. Lefty hook is good.
Wow, that's a grown man move right there. He powered inside and went up with the left hand. He was determined to score that.
Shaheen Holloway acknowledging him on the way back down the court. Liked what he saw out of his big man.
Yeah, he called it for his big guy, and he was able to get it to him. He was able to finish, and that's what you want to see.
Kelly driving. The kick out, foul zone for 3. No.
St. Peter's doing a very good job contesting all the three-point shots.
Long up ahead, and it's blocked by McGuire, out of bounds. It'll be St. Peter's ball with 2:36 left to go in the first. The Peacocks up by 10. So we've got a timeout on the floor. Peacocks playing great defensively, working hard on the offensive side.
And Banks on the finish.
Back at St. Peter's University, it's a 10-point lead for the Peacocks going for the season sweep over Quinnipiac. And in the first game, Darryl, the story was the great defense by St. Peter's, and that's been the story again here tonight.
Well, they not holding them as bad as they did before, where Quinnipiac only shot 18%, but they are holding them right now to 30%, which is a great percentage. If you keep them there, it's going to be a great evening for St. Peter's.
And for Quinnipiac, the key number is that 3-point percentage, just 1 for 12 to start the game. That's the bread and butter of what the Bobcats do.
And that's their game right there. But St. Peter's is really contesting all those shots and not giving them any open looks.
Sandrame working inside, and the bucket good. It's a 12-point lead for St. Peter's.
That's a great post-up, great move by Sandrame right there. Now, one of the things the Twins are doing very well, they're really developing their outside game as well. We know they can score down low. We know they're very active, as you see a turnover right there by Quinnipiac. And that's what St. Peter's does best, force team in the turnovers, and then points off turnovers, they're very good at it.
6th turnover for Quinnipiac so far. Turn the ball over around 14 times a game. They don't force very many turnovers either. They force the fewest turnovers of any team in the MAC and tied for the fewest of any team in the country. But the three good for Darryl Banks III. He's in double figures in the first half, and the lead grows even further for St. Peter's up to 15.
I tell you, these freshmen are getting the experience. They're playing with a lot of confidence, and I said it on many telecasts with St. Peter's. I said, if the freshmen can become sophomores during the year, you're beginning to see that now. The sky's the limit for you. As you see Banks right here knocking down the three. Good follow through. He knocks it down from the corner right there. He's playing with a lot of confidence this evening. And right now he's doing a tremendous job, not just offensively, but he's doing a real good job on Rich Kelly, Quinnipiac leading scorer.
Baker Dunleavy takes a use it or lose it timeout here in the first. Didn't necessarily look at Hussein trying to rally the troops over this final 138. It's been all Peacocks, especially as of late, a 7-0 run. And you see the series history, it's favored St. Peter's historically, going all the way back to the mid-50s, but especially here in this building at the Anatelli Center, St. Peter's 4-2 over Quinnipiac.
Well, St. Peter's have had their number, and sometimes it's like that. Even the first time when they met this year, they went up there and really, really stymied Quinnipiac, and they're doing the same thing right now this evening.
Bobcats did take the last meeting last year, a 17-point margin here at the Anatelli Center. So some recent history with this team in winning here, but St. Peter's doing a phenomenal job in the first half. So Baker Dunleavy has drawn up out of the timeout to try and get some points. Falzone.
And Marfo is not even looking to shoot the ball when he gets it down there. That's a great move right there.
Bergoni can't finish on that jump shot. Casey Nadefo goes out and grabs the miss.
Great rebound on Nadefo. He's given up about 40 pounds in weight as well.
Great fake from Jones. He finds Aaron Estrada, who left it short, but Casey Nadefo, the offensive rebound. Here's Darryl Banks, who's good.
Bang, and he turns to the bench and says, it's my night right now. That was a heat check right there. He's really feeling it. Great shot right there by Banks. He's doing it on both ends. He's really playing Kelly really well.
Blocked by Nadefo, but a foul, and that'll send Rich Kelly to the free throw line for a couple with 48 seconds left to go. But how about Darryl Banks III from way downtown?
And he's out here early shooting all the time before every game. The good follow through, as you can see right there. He turns to the bench and say, hey, fellas, I'm hot. You got to keep coming to me.
It's a no, math is hard. It's an 18-point lead.
18-point lead, that's okay.
As Rich Kelly hits the first free throw. He's got 6 points now in the game. Their leading scorer coming in at better than 16 points a game on the year.
And he's number one in the MAC in free throw shooting at 87%.
He makes the second. So Rich Kelly goes 2 for 2 on his first trip to the line. Quinnipiac went out in a full court press to slow St. Peter's down.
And what you just saw right there, early in the year, if a team pressed St. Peter's, the freshmen was in a hurry. They are so poised. The experience is really showing, and they're really beginning to gain a lot more experience, and they're going to be able to do great things in the conference tournament.
I got to imagine the confidence that comes along with winning plays a big role in that as well, as Hassan Drame goes to the left hand.
Akeem Olajuwon right there. Kevin McHale. Anybody you want to see with good footwork, he did it right there. Drop step, pivot, drop stepped again, and scored off the window with the left hand.
Quinnipiac can hold for the final shot of the first half. Kelly launches early. They grab the offensive rebound. Rigoni tries a three. That's way off the mark. Might have been tipped.
Actually, the shot was blocked.
So that's how the first half ends. St. Peter's a 38-20 lead over Quinnipiac as the Bobcats shoot 1 of 14 from beyond the arc, and the Peacocks take it to the Bobcats in half number 1 in Jersey City on Valentine's Day. Back at the Yanatelli Center in Jersey City, St. Peter's with a big halftime lead over Quinnipiac at 38-20. Alongside Darryl Jacobs, Joe Vasile here with you tonight. Take a look at some scores from around the MAC, as big one that's kind of catching some eyes is Canisius on top of Monmouth late in the first half. Iona blowing out Manhattan up in New Rochelle. End of the first half, and then a real slugfest going on in Poughkeepsie. 19-19 as Fairfield and Marist. I guess nobody wants to score too much in that game.
Well, I guess defense is really taking over.
That's a nice way of looking.
Well, you know, it's a sense of urgency right now. You're coming to the last stretch run of the conference season. You're jockeying for position. You're looking to try to get a bye. If you win the conference, you're in the first or second seed, you're looking to get a bye. So you're trying to make that road to the conference championship and win the tournament an easier road by playing less games.
Also, national TV on the U. Ryder at Siena tonight, so you can make that part of a Valentine's Day MAC doubleheader. After the conclusion of this one, you go check that
well,
one
it
out.
only
Should be a
depends
good
on
one.
who these guys' wives or girlfriends are, or whoever. If they like basketball, you're going to get guys in trouble.
Oh, my goodness. With that all in mind, let's take a look at the MAC standings entering tonight. Ryder and St. Peter's tied for first place, but Monmouth nipping at the heels. That's one of the reasons why that Canisius score is such a big deal. If Monmouth, a win, could have gotten into a better situation up at the top of the conference.
Well, that's a tough place to play up there in Buffalo. It's a real tough place to play. And Canisius' record, even though they're 4-9, don't let that fool you. They're a decent basketball team coached by Reggie Witherspoon up there. So they're a decent basketball team, but you're in conference play. So anybody from last place to first place are capable of knocking each other off any night or any day.
Yeah, and Iona, as much as they've missed Tim Kluse this year, starting to figure things out. If they close out that win, they'll be just one game back to 500 and a tie with Niagara.
I tell you, even though they're missing their leader, and like you said, they're beginning to figure out. They've been playing some great basketball up until tonight as well. So they can make a run in conference tournament time. They could be a dangerous team.
And we've talked about the parity here in men's basketball in the MAC all year long. Another one on display is St. Peter's up by 18 on Quinnipiac at halftime at the Yanatelli Center. Take a step aside and be back with more in the halftime report after this. It's the MAC on ESPN.
I'm a machine on the field.
On the court.
In the pool.
On the track.
I'm fearless in the pursuit of victory.
But I am more than a student athlete.
I am more than number on the back of my jersey.
I am more than a win or a loss.
I'm a role model to young children who aspire to participate in collegiate athletics.
I am a leader on my campus.
And I am also affected by mental health.
I'm not always okay, but I know that my voice can be heard.
I'm surrounded by resources that can accommodate my needs.
To make me feel supported and to remind me that I am never alone.
We band together to make mental health a priority on each campus. All MAC Minds promotes our 11-member institutions, staying relentless in competition. MACSAC encourages all student athletes to start a conversation today. Be the source of positivity in someone's life and help break the stigma surrounding mental health.
every time you show up, every time you make your loyalties clear. Whether you're here for the memories that last a lifetime or the dance that happens just once a year. Whether you ride for the Cinderella or go all in for the legendary comeback. However you choose to be a fan, you make the game, and they make history. March 19th and 21st in Albany, New York. Nothing beats the crowd. Visit ncaa.com/MBB tickets to get your seats today.
Oh, just cruising through, splitting defenders. Oh, and the reverse finish.
There she is again. Who else?
Finish! Count it! This young man's been around before.
Back at the Ganatelli Center in Jersey City at halftime. It's a 38-20 lead for St. Peter's. Alongside Darryl Jacobs, Joe Vasile here with you on this Valentine's Day night. It was a strong defensive first half for the Peacocks, who also got out a little and ran on the offensive end out to a big halftime lead.
As you can see, like the first time these two teams met, you see why St. Peter's had 53 rebounds. Of course, Quinnipiac was missing a lot of shots like they're doing tonight. As you can see, the first half highlights right there with Edwards scoring. As you see right there, Watson misses a shot, but of course, Hassan Drame right there powering it up. Good power dribble right there to finish at the rim. But here's the thing, St. Peter's is leading in every category thus far. Bench points was really telling, 15-4. As I said, St. Peter's is a very deep basketball team. They have 10 starters, I would say, and that's been really the telling factor in most of their victories this year.
Quinnipiac shot just 1 for 14 from beyond the three-point line in the first half. St. Peter's, meanwhile, 6 of 14 from deep in the first half. And for Quinnipiac, a team that shoots a high percentage of threes, the second highest three-point rate of any team in the country. When you're not hitting from out there, that can spell big trouble on the scoreboard.
But here's the perplexing thing about them. You got a big guy inside in Marfo. Anytime you're struggling from the outside, you should try to look inside to get a higher percentage shot, but that seems not to be their game plan.
Bobcats have it first in the second half. They do get it into Marfo, and he's immediately fouled by Major Majak, who picks up his third foul 10 seconds into the second half.
Well, Majak picked up the foul there. Maybe I spoke too soon about Marfo getting the ball inside, but anytime you're struggling to shoot the basketball, and if you got a big guy right there, you see Marfo able to attack the basket and draw the foul, and Majak right there, you want to try to up your percentage or give yourself a better opportunity to score by getting inside to a player such as Marfo, who's a beast inside, who actually finished around the basket very well with the hand. As you see, Woods comes back in the game because Majak picked up his third foul. Actually, this might be a better trade-off for St. Peter's because Woods has done a great job playing each time he's into the game.
Worked his way back from injury after he missed 5 games. Now in his third game, returning from that. Aaron Estrada on the attack. Now it's Woods posting up on Marfo. As it knocked free, but Darrell Banks III tracks it down. And gets the bucket.
He's just feeling it. He can get anywhere he wants. He knows that he's playing with a lot of confidence. And you would never think he's a freshman by the way he's playing. He's doing a great job both offensively and defensively.
19-point lead for the Peacocks, their largest of the game. Rigoni. Rich Kelly was held quiet in the first half, only 7 points. It was a quiet 7. Marfo blocked, but another foul, and this one could either go against Fusini Drame or Derek Woods, both in the area, and it'll be Woods picking it up.
I think this is going to be on Woods from behind. Drame probably got the cleaner block, and he did right there. And both of them might have got a clean block. Little contact right there by Woods on the head, as you can see right there. But Drame definitely didn't foul him. Woods got him on top of the head.
So Marfo to the free throw line. Quinnipiac really struggled from the free throw line in the first half. And Marfo misses this one. Now just 6 of 14 as a team. That includes the 2 that Marfo just made.
And they come in shooting 77% from the foul line, number 1 in the conference, and among the top 10 in the country.
Marfo now 2 of 4 from the stripe in the second half as Tyrese Williams read the pass perfectly and finishes with 2 hands.
And that's a soft pass right there. You cannot make that kind of lollipop pass against active defenders. And right now, what Quinnipiac is doing, they're trying to change the whole tempo of the game and try to disrupt St. Peter's.
Quinnipiac, not a team that likes to play very fast, but trying to speed the Peacocks up and force them into some mistakes. Maybe not a bad strategy for Baker Dunleavy and company. Estrada out to Quinn Taylor, who had foul trouble in the first. And the 3 ball is good. Darrell Banks III has 18 points.
And this is his night, Joe. He's really feeling it. He's really into the game. He's really focused mentally, both offensively and defensively. He's doing a tremendous job this evening.
Guarding Kelly up the floor is Marfo. Dumps underneath to Rich Kelly, who finishes. Really good play design.
As you see, Quinnipiac is in a 1-2-1-1 full.
Fusini Drame.
And that's a great pass by Estrada. Always look sideline to break it, particularly when you got an odd man in the middle. The sidelines are always going to be open.
Banks for Taylor. Now the freshman Estrada. Off the crossover, a little too strong and over the top of the backboard.
That's a nice move by Estrada right there. Was able to hit the crossover, created some separation right there, was able to get his shot off, just didn't go down for him.
43-26 lead for the Peacocks. Quinnipiac trying to cut into it some. Still struggling from the floor. McGuire with Taylor on him. Freshman against senior. And an illegal screen called against Kevin Marfo.
And that's a great call right there. And actually, Darryl Banks made that happen, as you can see right here. Banks was able to keep trying to get to his defender. Most young players would have let up right there once they saw the screen, and it wouldn't have been called, but Banks kept trying to fight over and subsequently was able to draw the offensive foul on Marfo.
Going up against big physical Kevin Marfo, 6'8", 245 pounds. Darryl Banks giving up nearly 80 pounds to him. Husseini Drame, a little too strong on that open three look. Deep three, no good. Jacob Rigoni, 42% from deep on the season, but 0 of 4 tonight. The man down, Estrada open for three.
Great ball movement right there. Hit the trail guy, Banks hit the trail guy. Taylor swung it to a wide open Estrada. He was able to knock down the open three. Great fast break basketball right here. As you see, Rich Kelly is down under the basket. That's why Estrada was so wide open, and he was able to knock down that three.
And an injury delay is Kelly going to come off the floor, and team's going to be able to huddle up here with 16:30 left to go in the second. St. Peter's picking up, Darryl, right where it left off in the first half, shooting well, defending well, and even though Quinnipiac has started to get it going a little bit, Peacock's still getting it done.
And watch right here. Watch the fast break. Able to push it up the floor. Great pass up the sideline right there. Able to come down under control, swing the basketball around. Kelly got hit on the screen down there. Incidental contact. Estrada was wide open. He was able to knock down the three.
So we've got a timeout here on the floor with 16:30 left to go in the second. St. Peter's on top by 20 over the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Officials have been looking at the replay monitor at that right there. Rich Kelly running right into the elbow of Derek Woods.
And I don't know if that's intentional or incidental. I think he was trying to feel him coming for the contact. I don't think he meant to swing it right there, but let's see what the officials call. And I told you that's what they probably was over there looking at to see was it actually intentional or incidental.
And there's a couple of things to keep in mind when you look at that. That's 6'8" Derek Woods versus 6'1" Rich Kelly. So the difference in height, if he's looking out to field, he's used to a much larger guy coming in. Or you could even say He's putting his arm out to call for the ball. It's hard to say exactly what the situation is. It's not like he looks at Kelly and then throws the arm up. Just kind of stuck it out and wrong place, wrong time.
Well, it's going to be a judgment call by the officials right here. I don't think he did it on purpose. I think more or less he was going up incidental, but we'll see what the officials say here.
Well, no matter what happens, as of right now, it's a 20-point lead for St. Peter's. Officials coming over to tell us right now.
Okay. All right. We have the call here from the official. Actually, it was a flagrant 2, and they didn't say it was. They said not only it was an extreme, they said it was an excessive. So that's going to be an ejection.
So Derek Woods picks up the flagrant 2. We'll take another look at this.
And I said it was going to be judgmental. Now, if you look at it, I don't know if he swung or just the elbow was going out. But I can see why the officials made that call, calling it a flagrant 2, because you made contact with the face. I think if it was in the chest, it might not have been a flagrant 2. But any contact to the head, shoulders are above, now it becomes a real flagrant 2 foul. And that's probably the correct call by the official, even though that's not Derek Woods' character. And I really think it was incidental, but unfortunately, you struck above the shoulder in the head area, and they pretty much got to make that call.
And I think maybe even where the line goes between that being a flagrant 1 and the 2 call that it was Woods kind of did have a little bit of a lean going into it, which is probably where the excessive part comes in.
He extended it at, right. He extended the arm a little right there, and it made contact as he was coming down. Now, if Kelly had ran into it, it might not have been there. If he had just held it there and Kelly accidentally ran into it, was no extension on him, then it might have been just a flagrant 1 or no call at all.
So Derek Woods, as just announced here at the Anatelli Center over the PA, flagrant 2, ejected from the game. The final 16:30, and that's something big to keep in mind with Joe Majak in foul trouble, Quinn Taylor as well, as Rich Kelly hits the first free throw.
But they're going to be fine because they're used to playing the small ball with the small lineup anyway. But I've seen situations like that when it was very incidental contact made to the head, and it was called a flagrant 2, even though the player didn't do it on purpose. It's just something that the player actually was extending his arm, and just in this case, Kelly ran into it.
And so it's 2 shots and the ball for Quinnipiac. 16:30 left as Rich Kelly hits both free throws. He has a very quiet 11 points tonight.
Yeah, it's been he's got 11 points based on volume, and that's what you want. Anytime you got to score, you want to make him take as many shots as he can to get his average, and they're making him a volume scoring tonight, which has proven to be very, very good for St. Peter's.
Kelly 3 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 5 from the three-point arc. Williams on the drive. No, Marfo got the offensive rebound. A wide open Tyree Pickron for 3, can't connect.
And they got numbers right here.
Estrada underneath, pass tipped off the hands of Drame and out of bounds.
That's a great look by Estrada. He looked at Banks wide open on the left side, looked him off, and tried to hit Drame under the basket. Got tipped, and Drame couldn't handle the pass, and it went out of bounds on him.
Marfo just holding on the perimeter. He is no threat from out there. Hasn't even attempted a 3 all year. They find him rolling to the basket, count it, and 1.
That's a nice pick and roll play right there from Kelly to Marfo. Able to catch him. Nobody didn't rotate. And he taxed the basket with some authority right there. Was able to jam the basketball and a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. That's a great play by Marfo and Kelly.
So Darrell Banks the third with a little knock in the arm, sending Marfo to the free throw line.
And you can see he's much more aggressive this half when he touches the basketball. And that's something that Coach Dunleavy probably expressed to him. We got to get some higher percentage shots. And they have a horse down there that's capable of doing this. So St. Peter's going to have to be very conscious of him when he gets the ball down low.
Kevin Marfo in double figures with 10 points. He and Kelly, the 2 double-digit scorers for the Bobcats. St. Peter's has Aaron Estrada and Darrell Banks in double figures. Drame. Now Cameron Jones. Estrada outside for Taylor. Into the shot clock. He finds Jones, who lost it. And they blow it dead for the shot clock violation, and Quinnipiac didn't like it. They thought they had the possession before it got to 0.
Well, they got to make that call because no shot attempt was made, and they're trying to see if it changed possessions by the time, but you got to make that call right there. Lucky break for St. Peter's. Unfortunate break for Quinnipiac.
What was a 20-point lead is slimmed down to 15, just over 15 to play.
And you expect a team like Quinnipiac to make a run. It's just a matter of seeing if you can weather the storm, and that's what St. Peter's have been able to do with each game.
Kelly was blocked by Jones. Throws it ahead to Eddard on the fast break to the basket, and the layup good for Dougie Eddard.
But all that was predicated on Cameron Jones making the block down there, getting it up to Eddard for a transition layup.
Peacock's out on the break as foul zone underneath. Marfo is cut off quickly. And the bucket good through the double team.
As I said, in the player spotlight, he can beat you inside. He's doing a good job second half, and St. Quinnipiac is doing a good job finding him.
Quinnipiac continuing on the full court press. Peacocks have turned it over 7 times, so have the Bobcats here today. Tried to find Eddard on the backdoor cut, but a kick ball.
That's a great cut right there by Eddard. A great pass by Cameron trying to thread that needle.
Gene Holloway doing some coaching right next to Quinn Taylor. Sends it into Cameron Jones. The weave for Eddard. Jones nearly traveled. Sliding his pivot foot, but is able to keep it planted. The extra pass for Nadefo, but it's knocked away by Williams.
It's good defense right there by Quinnipiac. The last couple of times down the floor, they've been playing much better defense.
McGuire. They curl around to the free throw line. Quinnipiac gets it back outside the arc. Marfo the screen. Open look for Pickron. And he sinks the mid-range jumper.
That's a nice play right there. Was able to shot fake, one dribble to his right. Nice pull up for the mid-range.
Tyree Pickron out of Archbishop Wood High School down in Philadelphia. The timeout taken by Shaheen Holloway in the St. Peter's Peacocks with 13:26 left to go. The Bobcats have this one down to just a 13-point lead. It's a 9-2 run for Quinnipiac here in the second half. Timeout on the floor. It's the MAC on ESPN. Here at the Ganatelli Center, St. Peter's once led by 20. Quinnipiac has that down to just a 13-point lead here, but still plenty of time to go in the second. Darryl Jacobs, take a look at the leading scorers in today's game. Well-balanced offense for both teams.
Well, I'll tell you, Darryl Banks III is very efficient. He's 6 for 7 from the floor, 4 for 5 from 3, and he's doing, most importantly, a great job on Rich Kelly.
Doug Eddert banks it in.
Those count too, Joe. And that's a great thing to get him going, being able to knock it down. He's been struggling for 3, so anytime a shooter can see it goes in, it's going to be very beneficial for him.
Banks are open late here in Jersey City on Valentine's Day as Nadefo swats it away.
Well, there go that man again. He's blocked that shot. He had 6 blocks in their first meeting. He was able to come up with 1. He leads the conference in scoring. He leads the conference in block shots, and he's 23rd in the country in block shots, and he's only 6'6".
McGuire outside to Pickron, and he gets called for the travel.
It's good defense by Eddard right there. Was able to force him into the travel. Everett didn't go for the shot fake, as you can see right here. Good block right there by Nadefo.
One of the biggest differences in this game, in addition to St. Peter's having blocked 4 shots, 3-point shooting, 9 of 18 for the Peacocks. There's 1 of 16 for Quinnipiac.
And in their first meeting, St. Peter's had 8 blocks, and 6 was by Nadefo. So they obviously, when Quinnipiac goes to the basket, if Nadefo is in the game, he's going to be able to rotate over, which he likes to do.
Eddard for 3 off a screen again. He's feeling it now. 10 points for Doug Eddard coming off the bench.
And it's good to see him being able to knock down some wide open shot. That was a great play run for him. That's his bread and butter play right there, coming off the handoff from the elbow.
Williams at the leaner no, and Nadefo grabbed the rebound and then got fouled. Well, it looks like Tyrese Williams for Quinnipiac, ending up with a busted lip, got the worst of it.
Well, when they was reaching in for the ball right here, as you see Eddard on the handoff, that's the favorite play they like to run for him. He was able to knock it down from the left side right there. And now I think they're going to go to the monitors again, because Nadefo unfortunately swung a little bit because they was reaching for the basketball and he was just trying to pull it away. Now that was incidental contact as well. And as you see, Coach Holloway is not happy with it, but the official's going to look at the monitor, and if we can replay that play, if we got it at the end when Nadefo got the rebound, and we can pretty much see if that was the case. It was, as you can see right, and we'll probably get a chance to see that play when we come back. St. Peter's by 19.
We are St. Peter's University, a place where students who are eager to learn are taught by people who care, on a campus designed for both to thrive. We're proud to offer incredible learning opportunities and life-changing experiences, and that means our students are prepared to succeed in their fields, in their communities, and all over the world. Get to know St. Peter's University, the Jesuit University of New Jersey.
At Quinnipiac, we are the forward thinkers, the challengers, the game changers, the momentum makers, the movers, the boundary breakers, the action takers, the world embracers. We are Quinnipiac. Join us.
MACSAC is comprised of 11 member institutions.
Each striving to represent the voices of all student athletes.
We serve as liaison between us and administration.
On the campus, conference, and national levels.
Our mascots and colors may be different,
but what brings us together in unity is our mission: to support student athletes' health and well-being,
to give back to the community through service,
and to help represent the needs of student athletes outside of athletics.
Together, we make an impact.
Together, we are.
Together, we are.
The officials took a long look at this while we were in the commercial, and it was that little swing from Casey Nadefo. They determined nothing amiss there, so just a foul on Tyrese Williams of Quinnipiac. No flagrant against Nadefo. We'll play on it. It's going to be St. Peter's basketball up by 19.
And the play was a basketball motion. He got the rebound. He was able to swing his elbow around to secure it, and they determined it was not a flagrant foul.
Drame lobs it to Nadefo, who gets the layup.
That's a great pass right there from Drame to the Defo. They got over the top of the press right there. Once you get over the top of the press, you're going to have numbers.
Extra pass finds Williams for three, and he airballs it shorts. And the three-point shooting woes for Quinnipiac continue. 1 of 17 tonight, and 5 of, if I'm doing my math quickly, 49 against St. Peter's in 2 games.
Wow, that's impressive. Man, that's impressive, Joe. That is correct. And I guess they're the type of team that say we're going to live by the 3, we'll die by it.
Eddard, Drame, Nadefo the extra pass, and it's blocked by Williams.
Good block right there by Williams.
21-point lead for the Peacocks, their largest lead of the game. Here's Marfo on the drive. It's blocked by Nadefo, but a foul.
And let's see what happened right there. Great move right there by Marfo attacking the basket. As you can see right here, he's going to get up. Yeah, hit him on top of the head. That's the correct call right there. He did get him on top of the head, but he negated him for getting the easy 2. And you want to make him earn the 2 points, so he put him on the foul line to see if he can make the 2 free throws.
First from Marfo is up and good. Fans here at the Anatelli Center, not fans of the call.
And he did get him on top of the head right here. That is the correct call by the officials.
They're looking at it through light and dark blue colored glasses.
And our camera people are doing a very good job with the angles. That's a fantastic shot right there.
Eddard gets it in the front court, and it'll slow things down for Cameron Jones. Eddard, a big part of this run, a couple of threes, looking for another.
And he might have got hit right there, Joe, on the shot.
Drame tried to steal it away from Kelly. Instead, Falzone for 3. Got it.
That's a nice shot. He's been taking that shot all evening. He was able to knock that one down. You got to be careful in locating transition if you're St. Peter's, because Quinnipiac is looking to shoot threes to get back in this game, and they're going to press. They're going to try to up-tempo the game and try to force turnovers.
5-0 run for the Bobcats. Dallas Watson thought for a second about trying that corner 3, but
and that's a smart play because you could get that shot anytime.
Instead, he tries to go in on Kelly and has it blocked out of the air by Marfo,
and
but
it's
a goaltend.
And no question about it. The ball was on his downward trajectory right there. And no question that was. And once Dallas saw he had the mismatch right there, he was able to take Kelly off the bounce. As you can see, Marfo is on the downward motion right there. Yes, that's the correct call by the official.
I'd imagine that's more of a frustration block more than anything for Kevin Marfo. It's Kelly. Look outside Aaron Falzone, the Northwestern grad transfer. McGuire, blocked by Eddard. Wow, how about that for Doug Eddard? Ball's still up for grabs, though, and it's Falzone who gets it. And then a foul against Dallas Watson.
Wow, that was a great block by Eddard right here with the correct hand. Watch the right hand, great block. The left hand on the right-hand shooter, that's textbook block right there by Eddard. And he tried to save it right there, and unfortunately, St. Peter's did not come up with the basketball and commit the foul. As you see right here, knocking around, you know, the Defo was going to be in there running up. And watch the hustle right here. Incidental contact right there by Watson.
Williams face guarded by Watson. Kelly stops, pivots, gets the layup.
That's a nice move by Kelly. Able to shot fake in the lane, get the big guys off their feet, was able to drop step and shoot with his left hand off the window.
Lead is 16 for the Peacocks. St. Peter's weave up top, gets it to Jones for 3, way short. Nadefo saves it, but 4 on the shot clock. Eddard, money!
And all that was predicated on who? Nadefo hustling after the basketball, not assuming anything. He was able to find Eddard, get it out. Watson was able to find Eddard, and he knocked down the wide open 3.
When things are going your way, you have possessions like those sometimes. Marfo. Offensive foul.
And I saw that coming. Great job on the Defo. He know he's giving up about 40 pounds. He said, I can't fight the big fella, but I can outthink him. He was able to step in right there, hold his ground. And as you see right here, watching the Defo step in, Bang. Good call. Good defense right there. Great call by the officials.
No, getting run over by Kevin Marfo is like getting run over by a Mack truck. He's just got that kind of strength on the inside. The bad pass stolen. Sheen Holloway not happy with the 10th turnover of the day for the Peacocks. Tyree Pickron on the drive. Gets it to go over the defense of Casey Nadefo.
And Quinnipiac is playing with a sense of urgency. They say we're going to press for the rest of the game. And St. Peter's got to be very poised against the press right here and be ready to catch the basketball anytime.
Jones off the pump fake. Eddard for three. Another one.
And that's like a layup to him. Once he gets going, it's like a layup for him. He's knocking it down, and he's got a lot of confidence right now. But it's an even better pass for Jones to find the better three-point shooter.
Doug Eddard with 16 points as he has caught fire in the second half. Stolen by Nadefo.
Eddard is trailing. Watch it here.
Doug Eddard around Marfo.
That's a great move right there by Eddard. That's one part of the game he has improved, his put-down game, putting it on the deck. He was able to shot fake and take it to the rim and finish right there. Banks and Eddard off the bench is having a tremendous game for St. Peter's.
22-point lead for St. Peter's. Timeout, Quinnipiac. Timeout on the floor as Doug Eddard putting the team on his back in the second half. Doug Eddard lighting it up inside the Anatelli Center in the second half. That banked three got things going, and it was all up from there. St. Peter's a 22-point lead.
And what did I say when he banked it in? A shooter only got to see it go in to get him going, and once he saw it go in, he got it going. The freshman from Nutley, New Jersey, by way of Bergen Catholic High School, is on fire.
Doug Eddard tied his career high with 18 points. And most of those coming here in the second half. A shooting display he's been putting on lately, and wouldn't be surprised to see him get a couple of plays called in his direction coming up over the next few minutes.
Well, him and Banks, his other freshman counterpart, got 36 points off the bench of the 66.
And stepping on the line and turning it over, Matt Belanc.
Phenomenal statistics. Those two guys are right now 13 for 17 from three combined.
So Jones being met by Williams in his three-quarter court. Pressure action from the Quinnipiac Bobcats, looking for some answers on the defensive end. Watson shovels to Nadefo. Out to the sophomore Dallas Watson. Crosses over the runner, no. Marfo got the miss.
He should have probably went to his left and went down the lane. He went where the traffic was at.
Pickron for three, got it.
I tell you got to keep your hand up. Now, Quinnipiac is going to keep shooting the basketball. They're going to try to shoot their way back in the game, but if St. Peter's can continue to knock down shots and be able to challenge and make it hard, they're going to be okay for the rest of the evening.
Tyree Pickron missed a lot of time early on this season, just started playing at the end of January in games. He's already got a season-high 7 points tonight. Marfo off the rebound. Outside for foul zone. Boy, he was left open and just missed it.
St. Peter's just got to slow down right here. The clock is more your enemy right here.
St. Peter's lead is 19 points. Jones for Nadefo. Drives in on foul zone. That didn't go, and Marfo grabs the rebound. It's now 9 rebounds for Kevin Marfo. Blanc, bucket.
It's a good move by Blanc right there. Edit had position, just didn't move his feet or anticipate which way Blanc was going, and he was able to get to the basket for a layup.
Hassan Drame trying to direct traffic. And underneath, Watson all alone on that backdoor cut.
Excellent play right there. Off the flex cut, was able to get it under the basket.
St. Peter's creeping up on 70 points. Already surpassed their season scoring average of just over 66 points a game tonight. Jones pokes it free and gets the steal. Here's Drame. Santa Maria!
And great play by Jones, made it all possible. He got on the floor for the loose ball, gave it up to Hassan Drame for the dunk.
Marfo gets the bucket and draws a foul in the process, but a little anticlimactic.
As you see right here, watch Jones on the hustle play right here. This is winning basketball right here. Gave it up right there to Hassan Drame for the dunk.
So Kevin Marfo went off his season high of 15 points.
And I tell you, St. Peter's bench has done a great job. 39 of the 70 points has been scored by the bench. Over half the points have been scored by the bench. And the bench scoring differential is a plus 25, 39-14 in the favor of St. Peter's.
Marfo hits the free throw. He's got 15 now in the game. He's left a lot out at the free throw line. A double-double for Kevin Marfo, who will most certainly be averaging a double-double when the stats are finalized later tonight. Or early tomorrow. I don't know if the stats take off for Valentine's Day.
Nah, they'll be up tonight for sure, because you got games tomorrow. You want to get the stats in so everybody can scout, as well as we got to prepare for games.
Fusini Drame. It's the Darryl Banks
the flex
third.
offense right here.
Watson. Back for the freshman Estrada. End of the shot clock. He drains it.
Wow, that's perfect offense right there. Was patient running the offense, using the clock, able to get a high percentage shot right there for Estrada.
Estrada had a bunch of threes in the first. He's got 14 points now in the game. Kelly tried to drop it, but no one was home. And an easy steal for St. Peter's. The lead by 20. Tremendous game for the Peacocks, showing that the win up at Quinnipiac and this run of 6 wins in the last 8 games.
They're
No
going to
fluke.
run their flex offense here until they get the shot clock down, until they get what they want.
Watson for 3. Got it.
Bang, there it is. Watson, great follow through right there, running the flex offense. He did the rocker step, was able to step back and knock it down.
Pump fake by Rigoni. And a deep 3, Pickron. He's looking good tonight. 10 points for Tyree Pickron.
I tell you, if he can hit that from there, God bless him. That was good defense, but there's nothing you can do about somebody shooting it from NBA 3.
Estrada ahead for Drame. And one of the most impressive things, I think, from this St. Peter's team is when you talk about a young team, Darryl, it's how do you adjust to the adjustments that other teams are going to make the second time through the conference. They've stood tall to that challenge tonight against Quinnipiac and against others like Monmouth.
And let me tell you what that's predicated on. The maturation process, because now they're beginning to understand college basketball and what the rigors of college basketball is. But all these freshmen have had great high school coaches, and they come from great high school programs. So this is nothing new for them.
They're up by 20 with 3.5 left to go here tonight. It's Valentine's Day basketball in Jersey City on ESPN. Back at the Anatelli Center, St. Peter's up by a cool 20 points over the Quinnipiac Bobcats alongside Darryl Jacobs. Joe Vasile here with you tonight. The Peacocks coming up back home again on Sunday, taking on the Fairfield Stags before a trip just across the river to Manhattan. Back home against Ryder on Jersey City Day at the end of the month. And then they got to go up to Buffalo to round out the month of February. Two things that are not that great. That Buffalo trip, it's always so hard for all these teams in the MAC, and then Buffalo at the end of February, the weather, not very fun, but inside the gyms, I'm sure it'll be just fun.
Well, the good thing they playing the game inside. So the only thing they got to do is get to the gym. That's all you got to do is get to the gym and be ready to show up play. Those last two games on the road is going to be pivotal for St. Peter's as far as seeding in the conference tournament.
Marfo outside for Kelly. Now Tyrese Williams for three, knocks it down. Quinnipiac starting to heat up from beyond the arc, but it might be a little too late here tonight. Though maybe they can go on a run. There's still some time left.
Well, St. Peter just have to be poised and know that the clock is your enemy right now. Run the clock down, execute as Coach Holloway is going to do. He's telling them to be patient. They're going to start to run the offense around 15 seconds, as you see right here.
Matthew Lee, the quick touch. First time we've said his name tonight. Darrell Banks off on the three. Offensive rebound, Dallas Watson. He's fouled shooting.
Let me tell you the equalizer for St. Peter's. They get to the offensive glass, and that's what helps right here. As you can see, Drame just keeps it alive, and Dallas Watson is right there, and he was able to come up with the ball and draw the foul. And that's one of the things Associate Head Coach Tom Pecora over at Quinnipiac had said to me before the game. We got to keep them off the offensive boards. If St. Peter's is number one in the conference in offensive rebounding, and you see it right there because everybody gets to the boards.
Watson's first free throw, no good. Of course, Tom Pecora, longtime head coach, also was an assistant at Hofstra under Jay Wright. And it's good to see some more experienced guys on the bench when you have a head coach in a Baker Dunleavy who's in his first time around and maybe needs to lean on that experience a little bit.
Well, that's smart, because if you've never been a head coach at the college level, if you have somebody such as Tom Pecora of that magnitude out there, you got to hire him. That's a win-win situation for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Joe Mahalik has passed Tom Pecora yet this year, but I believe Pecora is still second all-time in wins at Hofstra, behind only Butch Van Bredikoff. It's the kind of pedigree that he's got on the bench for Quinnipiac.
He has a great staff over there.
Williams for three, got another one.
That's just good shooting right there. Good defense, just better offense right there. And you know, a team like Quinnipiac that can shoot the basketball like they do, you know they're going to start to see some go in and knock some down.
4 players in double figures for Quinnipiac.
It's a great play by Banks, able to come and meet the pass. And that's what you got to do when a team is scrambling to try to get back in the game. They're going after every steal. So if you meet your pass, even if you don't come up with the basketball, you can draw the foul by them running into you.
5 on the shot clock as Matthew Lee drives and gets fouled.
And great move right there by Lee. As you see what Coach Holloway is doing, he's putting his ball handlers in the game. As you can see, Lee right there, able to draw the foul and almost made the shot right there.
Changed directions in midair a little bit as well. So Lee to the free throw line. Missed the last 3 games and worked back in here tonight. Started 16 games for the Peacocks this year. He's off on the first free throw.
And I tell you, he's really grown as a point guard. Even before he went down and missed the last couple of games, he was really coming into his own. And he's going to continue that as well. But like he said, St. Peter's is deep. So if one man down, next man up, and that's what you've been seeing. Nobody's averaging over 10 points a game for this team. It's all by committee, both on the offensive end and defensive end.
Blanc in on Banks. Put him on the escalator and gets the bucket.
That's a tough move right there.
6 points for Matt Blanc. Jordan Majak back in the game for St. Peter's, the 7-1 center for St. Peter's against the 7-1 Seth Pinckney for Quinnipiac. It's 14 foot 2 inches of center-on-center action underneath. Lucini Drame for 3, no good.
And that's a foul
Majak
on
called
Majak
for the
right
foul.
there. That's not a smart play right there by Majak. He's got to understand that, once the position is there, you didn't even have to reach right there. Now you put them on the foul line with the clock not running. A chance to put points on the board with no time running off the clock.
Things don't get much easier from here for Quinnipiac. They have to go to Ryder on Sunday, take on the team that St. Peter's tied for first in the MAC with coming into the weekend. Then a nationally televised game on ESPNU with Canisius. Still have to go to Monmouth, then host Siena, go to Fairfield. Just going back and forth, home and road over the next 5 games.
Yeah, they got a tough road ahead for them, as well. That's why this game here for both teams is very pivotal, particularly for St. Peter's, because you're tied for first place right now. You want to keep winning as much as you can until you get back on the road. Those last 2 games for St. Peter's on the road is going to be very pivotal.
Pinckney hits both free throws. When you looked at that schedule for Quinnipiac, road, home, road, would you almost rather have multiple games at home in a row, multiple on the road in a row, or you like that balance?
Well, the balance is not bad, but it depends on how far you travel right there. Good shot right there by Jack inside, being able to finish, and a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play, as you see right here. Had the smaller man on him, just power, was able to draw the contact. Nice left-handed shot right there off the window.
It's Nathan Davis, the defender, redshirt sophomore from Denver, Colorado, getting called for the foul, not to be confused with Nathan Davis, the head men's basketball coach at Bucknell University.
Well, I tell you, Majak is shooting 90% from the foul line as a 7'1" player.
9 of 10 on the season for the sophomore from Juba, South Sudan. Came to the United States, played in high school at the Patrick School, converts on the free throw.
And that shot right there, that three-point play, might have been the dagger.
80 points for St. Peter's tonight. One of their highest scoring outputs of the season. Bucket good for the Bobcats.
It's a nice shot right there. Able to get in the lane and was able to knock the shot down.
St. Peter's scored 85 against Siena, 86 against Fairleigh Dickinson this year. Majak inside, fouled on his way to try to dunk that one. And again, it's going to be Davis on the foul.
Wow, what a pass right there by Matthew Lee, as you can see, coming down, no look, able to get it to the big fella. If he could have went up on the other side and jammed it over the back of his head, that would have been a fantastic play right there.
Majak, obviously a tremendous shot blocker. He only plays about 10 minutes a game, not even.
But he's very efficient.
And among the conference leaders in terms of blocks. He had 5 and 12 minutes against Marist over the weekend last weekend.
Well, what a big difference in St. Peter's team look from the first half of the season to now. The maturation, the non-league schedule is really paying off, and the first time around in league play is really paying off. They're really poised. They're really beginning to close out games, and this is a good win tonight.
3 from Balanc. How you doing? 11 points for Matt Balanc. It's a 12-point lead for St. Peter's. They've led by as many as 22. Quinnipiac has gotten hot from 3 down the stretch, but like we said, a little too late. Just now with inside 30 seconds left to go. Shot clock turned off, and Quinnipiac is going to have to hope for a miracle here.
Well, that three-point play by Majak was definitely the dagger right there. And this is a very good win. How they keep pace. That's a good play right there by Quinnipiac. Was able to get the alley-oop right there, the Pinckney. You just got to get it across half court right here, and you pretty much don't really have to do anything.
Tish to Vucini. Drame, Bonnie with 10 seconds left. Drame's got 3. It's 84-72. St. Peter's, as Tyree Pickron just dribbles out the final 5 seconds. And the Peacocks improve to 9-5 in the conference and are back above 500. Darrell with a 12-point home win over Quinnipiac. They sweep the season series, and the trajectory for this team is still rising.
And one thing I come to realize about predictions, they're overrated, because St. Peter's was picked 10th in the preseason poll. And once I saw them play, I said there's no way they're a 10th place team. And as you can see right here, they tied for first. Depending on what happens the rest of the night, they could probably have sole possession of first place, depending on what Monmouth does as well.
Quinnipiac drops a game behind 500 at 11-12 overall, 6-7 in the conference. Both teams back in action on Sunday. So, for Daryl Jacobs, I'm Joe Vasile saying so long for the Yanatelli Center, where the final score is St. Peter's 84 and Quinnipiac 72. All games are airing on the ESPN networks and streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.